Chris, a young space cadet with jet black spiky hair and intense brown eyes, stood at the helm of the starship Nebula. His lean frame was encased in a sleek, silver spacesuit, adorned with an array of advanced gadgets. A gleaming jet pack hugged his back, while a formidable space rifle hung at his hip. In his right hand, he clutched a portal gun, its metallic surface pulsing with an otherworldly energy. Beside him hovered Chip, his small robotic companion, a spherical entity no larger than a basketball, its chrome exterior reflecting the starlight streaming through the ship's viewports. Chip's single, electric blue eye blinked rapidly as it processed vast amounts of data, its arsenal of hidden weapons and gadgets tucked away within its compact frame. The Nebula cruised through the inky blackness of space, stars streaking past in brilliant ribbons of light. Chris's grip tightened on the controls as he navigated through a treacherous asteroid field, the massive space rocks looming ominously in their path. Chip, scan for any signs of dark matter, Chris commanded, his voice steady despite the palpable tension in the air. The robot's eye flashed in acknowledgement, and a series of beeps and whirs filled the cockpit as it carried out the scan. Suddenly, a violent tremor rocked the ship, sending Chris stumbling forward. Warning! Gravitational anomaly detected. Chip's synthesized voice rang out, a note of urgency in its electronic tone. Before Chris could react, the Nebula was caught in the irresistible pull of a massive black hole that had materialized seemingly out of nowhere. The ship's alarms blared as they were dragged inexorably towards the event horizon, the fabric of space-time twisting and contorting around them. Chip, reroute all power to the engines. Chris shouted, his fingers flying over the control panel in a desperate attempt to break free. But it was too late. With a final, wrenching lurch, the Nebula was swallowed by the cosmic maw, plunging Chris and Chip into a kaleidoscopic tunnel of swirling energy and fractured reality. For what seemed like an eternity, they tumbled through the void, the laws of physics bending and breaking around them. When the chaos finally subsided, Chris found himself lying face down on solid ground, the acrid taste of alien soil in his mouth. He pushed himself up, his muscles protesting after the ordeal, and surveyed his surroundings. The landscape that greeted him was like something out of a fever dream. Towering crystalline structures jutted from the ground at impossible angles, their surfaces refracting light in mesmerizing patterns. The sky above was a turbulent sea of swirling gases, punctuated by flashes of otherworldly lightning. Chip? Chris called out, his voice hoarse. A faint beep answered him, and he spotted his robotic companion half buried in the crystalline soil a few meters away. As Chris helped Chip extricate itself from the ground, a bone-chilling screech pierced the air. Whirling around, Chris came face to face with a nightmarish creature. It stood nearly 3 meters tall, its body a writhing mass of tentacles and barbed appendages. Multiple eyes, glowing with an eldritch light, fixed upon the pair with predatory intent. Hostile life form detected, Chip announced, somewhat unnecessarily. Chris's hand flew to his space rifle, drawing it in one fluid motion. Any weak spots? He asked, backing away slowly as the creature advanced. Chip's eye flashed as it analyzed the alien. Negative. Exoskeleton appears impervious to conventional weapons, the robot replied. Chris's mind raced, assessing their options. The portal gun caught his eye, and a desperate plan formed. Chip, I need a distraction. He shouted, diving to the side as a barbed tentacle lashed out at him. The robot sprang into action, its compact frame unfolding to reveal an array of energy weapons. A barrage of plasma bolts erupted from Chip, peppering the creature and drawing its attention. Seizing the moment, Chris aimed the portal gun at the ground beneath the alien's feet and fired. A swirling vortex of energy materialized, and the creature plummeted through with an enraged shriek. Chris quickly fired a second portal high into the turbulent sky, sealing the alien's fate. With the immediate threat neutralized, Chris turned his attention to their predicament. Chip, can you locate the Nebula? He asked, hope mingling with dread in his voice. The robot's eye pulsed as it scanned their surroundings. Affirmative. The ship is approximately 2.7 kilometers northeast, heavily damaged but salvageable, Chip reported. Chris nodded, a grim smile playing on his lips. Then that's our first objective. Once we're airborne, we can continue our search for the dark matter. Something tells me it might be our only ticket out of this reality. As they set off across the alien landscape, Chris couldn't shake the feeling that their adventure had only just begun. The mysteries of the universe beckoned, and despite the dangers, he felt a thrill of excitement. With Chip by his side and his determination unwavering, Chris knew they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, unraveling the secrets of the cosmos one perilous planet at a time.